Assalamu alaikum. In today's video we will understand the validity of Bernoulli's theorem, variation in the head, in the piezometric head. Right now you can see that the water level in this manometer is all equal in every tube. Now first you need to understand the parts of this hydraulic bench. This is the switch on and off button. This is the measuring scale on which we will measure the discharge volume. This is the inlet valve. From here the water will flow, and from this pipe it will go into the water inlet. This is the venturimeter. This is the diverging portion of the venturimeter, and this is the converging portion of the venturimeter. The converging portion has a small diameter, meanwhile the diverging portion has a big diameter. This is the epidermic tube. This is used to measure the total pressure head. Right now we will remove this epidermic tube in this experiment. This is the water outlet valve. We will open this and the water will flow outside. Now we will start our practical to check whether the Bernoulli's theorem is valid or not. For this we need to open this inlet valve and this outlet valve together and slowly. So we will open this. The water level in the tube 1 should be at peak, and the water level in tube 5 means E, at E should be low, in order to get the maximum volume flow rate. Here you can see that H1 is going high, meanwhile H5 is going below. Here the diameter of each tube is given in the manual of this apparatus. The first tube is of 25 millimeter diameter, the second tube is of 13.9 millimeter diameter, the third tube is of 11.8 millimeters, the fourth tube is of 10.7 millimeter, the fifth tube is of 10 millimeter, and the sixth tube is of 25 millimeter. As this apparatus is not that new, therefore the diameter values are not given here. In latest apparatus the diameter values are given over here. They make a separate portion over here, but for this apparatus the diameter value are given in the manual. So I have copied these values from the manual. Now we see the piezometric head in each tube. In the first tube the piezometric head is at 245 millimeter. In the second tube it is at 225 millimeter. In the third tube it is at 120 millimeter. In the fourth tube it is at 185 millimeter. In the fifth tube it is at 200 millimeter, and in the sixth tube it is at 200 millimeter. Now we will calculate the discharge along with time. We have to note the time and also the discharge, that how much water is flowing through this tank in how many minutes. So for this we will on our stopwatch. For this, and first we will close the discharge valve so no water goes out. So now the water will be collected over here. Now we will start the reading when the water level reaches at 0. Here it is at 0 and I have started the stopwatch. We will wait for 60 seconds. So we have to wait for 60 seconds. We have started from this 0, as this scale was so small, so we have not used this scale. We will use this scale, the scale in liters. So we have to wait for 60 seconds. 5 liter water is collected in 20 seconds and it will move on. We have to wait until this reaches at 60 seconds. So it is 20. In 63 seconds the water collected in this tank is 20 liters. Now I will open the discharge valve and our work for this apparatus is over. So here I have written the diameter of each tube. For tube A the diameter was 25 millimeter. Now I will note we have collected 20 liters of volume in that discharge of hydraulic bench, a tank of hydraulic bench, in time 63.24 seconds. So I will note the time over here, 63.24 seconds. Now I will convert the volume into meter cube. We know that 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters. So here we have 20 liters, which is equals to x. So we will divide 20 with 1000. Our answer will be 20 divided by 1000. Our answer will be 0.20 meter cube. So the volume collected in that tank was 0.20 meter cube. So what is our discharge? We will divide the volume by time. So we will divide 0.20 divided by 63.24 seconds. Our discharge will be 0.0031, which is in meter cube per second. It is in meter cube per second. So we will write the same value over here, which is 0.0031, and we will convert this from meter cube into millimeter cube. We know that 1 meter cube equals 1000 millimeters. 1 meter equals 1000 millimeters. So 1 meter cube will equal 1000 millimeter cube, and here we are going from bigger unit into smaller unit, so we will multiply this amount by this number. So we will multiply it by 1000 and 1000. Our answer will be 3162,555.34 millimeter cube per second. Now we will note these readings over here in this table. Now we will calculate the area. As we know the diameter of these tubes, the diameter of first tube is 25 millimeter, and we can calculate it by as pi d square over 4. So we will calculate the area of each tube. So we will multiply it by 3.142 multiplied by 25 square divided by 4. Our answer will be 490.93 millimeter square, as our diameter is also in millimeters. Now I have completed the calculations for area. Here we have to write the pressure head. In this experiment, the piezometric head is the pressure head, because our value of datum is 0, as the apparatus was placed horizontally. So here the piezometric head values which we have collected from there, we will write over here. So the first value of piezometric head was 245, second value was 225. Here we have noted the values for pressure head or piezometric head. Now we know that discharge in millimeter cube per second is same for every tube, which is 3162555, and we will note it over here in all these columns. So here we have noted those discharge readings which are in millimeter cube per second. Now we will calculate velocity. We have the discharge in millimeter cube per second, and we have the area in millimeter square. We will divide the discharge by area to calculate velocity over here. For all these for all these columns, we will divide their discharge by their area. So here we have calculated the velocity by dividing the discharge by area, and also we have calculated the velocity head by taking the velocity square divided by 2 into g, 9.81, 2 multiplied by 9.81. Now we will calculate the total head, which equals to pressure head plus velocity head plus datum z. But as z is 0, so we will add pressure head in velocity head to get our total head. So we will add this value into this value to get the value of total head. So here we have calculated the discharge, the total discharge head for first 3 tubes A, B, C, and our discharge is different. This is due to the leakage in pipe. Moreover, the time taken can be varied, because maybe we have given extra time, and the third reason can be voltage fluctuations. because of that the discharge value has varied a lot. Thank you.